Welcome back, everybody. You know, it really is quite ridiculous how some of us women, me included, will buy a formal gown for a special occasion and only wear it one time. It just hangs in the closet because we think we might have another occasion to wear it again. Well, Archie's Promise is an organization that could put those dresses taking up space in our closets to good use. And here to tell us how that can happen is the founder, Clarissa Ham. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you here to talk about such a wonderful organization that came about based on something that you and your grandfather had a special relationship. So before we get into the actual mission of what you do at the organization, talk about what your grandfather wanted for you and how this organization came about.
Well, when I was about 13, me and my grandfather would always spend our summers together, and we would always wait on my grandmother to come home from work, and I would always sit on his lap and talk about what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do with my life, and I always saw him giving back. He was a car person, and anytime anybody needed anything, he was there for them. If they were broke down on the side of the road, if they needed their car fixed, they knew to call my grandfather. And I was like, I want to give back and be of service to the community that way. I'm not good with cars, but I do love fashion. I do love helping women and men, you know, build up their self-esteem. So he passed away in '07, and then in '09, I decided to transition the name to Archie's Promise. To name it after my grandfather because he was such an inspiration in my life, and he made a difference.
When you say transition the name, did you already have an established clothing business?
No, ma'am. We actually started in '09 through my sorority at MTSU, and I ended up graduating, and I ended up loving the program so much. It was just named the Prom Dress Drive.
Yeah.
I ended up deciding to transition the name to Archie's Promise after my grandfather to have a significant meaning.
I love that.
Oh,
Let's talk about the mission of the organization, because you said you always love, you know, helping women and folks who maybe need a little bit of an assistance. Not everybody wants to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on a dress.
Yes, ma'am.
So how does your program work?
Well, what we do is we take in new and gently used formal and business wear, and we help men and women that can't afford to go to their prom or their wedding or any special event that they have in their lifetime, or just as simple as an interview. They can come to us and find that clothing. Everything in our shop is under $50.
Really?
Or depending on their need, we can give it to them for free.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic.
Yes, ma'am.
So your shop is located in Murfreesboro.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And is that where people can drop off clothes as well if they've got a dress or an old gown that they would like to donate?
Well, we have two locations they can drop off at. They can drop off at Holiday Cleaners, and that's located at 911 Memorial Boulevard, and that's in Murfreesboro. Or they can drop off at Heritage Cleaners, and that's on Northwest Broad Street in Murfreesboro. And they can drop off anytime during business hours, or they can call me and come to our shop and drop off there.
Are there certain criteria that you're looking for at a dress? I don't imagine that you'd want a dress that's been hanging in someone's closet for 50 years, but then again you might, because you do have ways of making them over, don't you?
Yes. Years ago we say it need to be at least 5 years to present. Now we say anything goes, just because we have special students at MTSU in the TMXD program that are redesigning and reconstructing the dresses. So if you have older things, that is a great way to give our students at MTSU a chance to make it over and make it brand new and modern, and it keeps it out of the landfill.
Absolutely. And we see on the red carpet all the time, Clarissa, vintage Dior or vintage that.
Yes.
Often these are gowns that are still perfectly back in style. They look fantastic.
Yes. I mean, there's so much that can be done with it, whether new beading or to shorten the length, take off a couple sleeves, and it's just that simple.
Yeah. Do you have all sizes?
Well, we do. But our main need for sizes is plus size, 14 and up. There's a big need there, so we take all sizes, but we're really looking for that right now.
So anybody that may be a plus size, 14 and up, that have formal attire or even business attire, just...
Yes, ma'am. We're really in need of that.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, we were just talking about how you make over gowns. You've got an upcoming event that a lot of people may want to attend if they're planning on going to the prom.
Yes. It's actually our first year doing it. It's called the Trunk Show. And basically what they can do is they can come to the Trunk Show. It's going to be on February the 20th at MTSU at the Learning Resource Center from 12 to 5, I'm sorry. They don't have to buy tickets. It's free. Come out. We'll have all kind of dresses from our shop there, and then we'll even have the custom-made, custom redid dresses from the 5 to 6 MTS students that will be revealed then and be available for purchase.
Wow.
We'll have shoes, jewelry, and we'll even have some food to nibble on.
I was going to even ask that. I know you have dresses, but you have shoes as well?
We have shoes and we have jewelry.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
Do you or someone who works with you, if I come in and I'm not sure if this dress looks good, do you help the girls or the women pick out their dresses?
Yes, ma'am. We'll have personal shoppers there that'll kind of be your right hand, that'll assist you with your color, the sizes, shoes, just make you feel really at home. And that's what all this is all about, is truly building up self-esteem and making you feel comfortable when you come to us.
Wow. So when you started this program, Clarissa, after you transitioned from your school, you had no idea, because we were talking about this a minute ago. This program has really taken off and been a success. So obviously there's a need for this type of program.
Yes, ma'am.
You had no idea when you started this that this was going to be this successful?
I had no idea. Our first year, we didn't serve a whole lot of people, so I was like, well, maybe there isn't a need. And we were kind of contemplating if we're going to do it the second year. Well, throughout that whole year, our phone was ringing off the hook. Please do it again next year. Please do it again next year. So each year, our numbers increased at least by the hundreds.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you find that some of the same dresses are returned? Perhaps if someone comes in, gets it for their prom, they decide, you know what, I wore it this one time and I want to bring it back.
We do, but we don't. We know when the dress has left us and then it comes back. But then again, we always encourage girls that come and receive dresses from us to try to give back so that another girl will have a chance. But we usually, like I said, we'll see a dress and be like, oh, that left last year, But like I said, it doesn't happen as much as we like, but I know that dresses are special, and a lot of times they're held on to for memories. So when it's ready to be let go, we're here.
That's very true. I've got a couple that just have sentimental value, and not that I think I'll ever have them again, but they were special.
Yes.
And I know that sounds silly.
Oh no.
But yeah, I think a lot of women probably do feel that way.
Yes.
So if your grandfather were alive today and he saw all that you're doing, what do you think he would think, or how do you think he would feel?
I think he would be very proud, and I think he would just almost be without words. But just because what I'm doing in his name, it just speaks volumes to the community and to the women and men that we serve. And not only do they leave remembering how we made them feel, but they have that inner built of self-confidence now that they've left our business and know that they can return. So I really feel he would be proud, and he would probably just give me a kiss on my cheek, and say, I'm so proud of you, Ressa.
He would be so proud of you.
Yes.
With the organization growing, right now you have 2 locations. Do you think there could be if you've expanded even more, even maybe into Nashville?
Well, right now we have our location in Murfreesboro, and our ultimate goal within the next 5 to 6 years is to have another location somewhere in Davison or Williamson. That way we're kind of catering to all the different communities, and hopefully we're working at having a mobile boutique.
Oh, wow.
So that way, we can service the communities that can't get out to us, because we got to also think of people that want to get to us but can't, so then we can come to their communities and kind of help them too.
I love that.
Yes.
If there's someone watching who's like, I really wish I could be involved in some way. I don't have a gown to donate or any business attire, but are you looking for volunteers to help you out in the store, to help you out at your trunk show? Do you ever need volunteers?
Oh, volunteers are how we run the organization. We're a volunteer-based organization. No one is paid. So we always need volunteers for the trunk show, for our fundraisers. If anybody's interested in donating monetary contributions, we accept that. That's how how we continue to run and make dreams and things happen. So definitely reaching out to me. There's all kind of opportunities, internships, everything's endless.
That's great to hear. Do you
Yes.
ever get pictures from the young ladies or the women in their dresses?
I do. I actually had a young lady that came about 2 weeks ago. She went to a military ball, and her mother sent the picture back to me of her in her dress, and I almost cried because it's so priceless to be able to see a young lady in her dress that she got from our shop. I mean, it's amazing. It can't express it in words.
I can just imagine. I too love fashion, and I love helping people. So this is the perfect mix that you have found with
Yes.
Archie's Promise. Your granddad would be so proud of you, and I think you work with your grandma on something, doesn't she?
Yes, actually, our shop is named after her too. It's called the Archie and Adeline Formal Shop. So I wanted to tie her name in there because she is also an inspiration in my life, and I love her so much.
Well, you are an inspiration to me and so many others that are watching. Thank you so much for what you do. If folks want to learn more about the organization Archie's Promise, you've got a website or a Facebook page?
Yes, ma'am. We have a Facebook page. You'll just search Archie's Promise, and then we also have a website. It's archiespromise.org.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
It's
thank you
nice
for
to
having
meet you.
me. Yes.
I want to also thank my earlier guest for being here, Melissa Stradlin from Bookham. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Tawanda Coleman, and I'll see you next time.